So on the field we have on to our right side in orange Tromsø, and to your left in yellow we have Trondheim. All right, Magnus in orange and Ivan in yellow are flipping to choose what position they want. All right, looks like Tromsø has the disc. All right.
Looks like Trondheim are on offense.
Okay, they're still searching for the game disc. All right, Tromsø has defense, pulls the disc, pretty sharp one. Oh, that's a sharp hammer to number 8, Mohammed. Seems to be some urge and flow on the Trondheim team, and they make the first point. Tromsø is still waking up a little bit from the break. It was a quick point, opening the account for Trondheim. All right, they are ready for the pull. So once the offensive team shows hand, it means they can pull. And oh, it's a brick. What actually brick means is if the disc flies over the back end of the line, the offense team is allowed to call brick and come up to the marked, X-marked position on the field, which is about 2 meters from the line.
Over the top.
Great defense from Ivan. Tromsø needs a little bit more patience with the disc.
Trondheim just working the disc up nicely.
Looking for some dump, and Ivan gets it.
It's a nice undercut.
Oh, that's a great defense. Great defense from Terje.
He ended up halfway up in the stands there. That was great D.
And it's right back on the field to get the disc.
Big long shot gone.
Deep throw. Oh, everyone misread that. Offense, defense, everyone just went past them. That's a shame because it came in sharp and could have been caught almost at the zone.
I think that's something we call the conservation of greatness, doing something awesome, throwing up and then unfortunately missing the shot there at the end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good fake, give and go.
Fluid.
And a nice floaty pass to end the point. Seems to be a real hurry in Trondheim's gameplay to get the points.
It looks like their tactic is turn over and go. You know, no messing around. Everyone knows what they're doing. They love that undercut. And then they just always have someone in the end zone completely unmarked. It's just nice, simple frisbee.
Looks like they're not dependent on one star player, but somebody gets the disc, sets it up to the upline cutter, and then gets the power position and put it up.
All right, Trondheim ready here for the pull.
Mohammed, who is...
And it's gone up.
Oh, I think it's an out call.
Yeah, great catch. Unfortunately, foot on the line there, so out the back.
It's a good flow.
Trondheim go early.
Yeah. So one thing you have to understand about Tromsø team is they are still a really young, new team, searching for some experience.
It's another turnover, 42 again.
Terje has to just right up the line. an amazing inside. Marit almost had the disc, but Wilde blocked it a little bit, I think, or disturbed it at least.
So Trondheim picking up. They've got 3 in the end zone here. One hand's gone up. It's gone up. That's a great D. Has he called anything? No.
Mohammed, who is actually from Egypt, playing for Trondheim, almost had the disc, just to be denied at the last second. Oh, it was a little bit of a high release backhand. Almost had the disc. Sometimes need this luck, happening in the game, which always doesn't come for granted.
It's gone up. So number 8.
Trondheim cashes it in big time. 4-0. So what Tromsø actually lacks in experience, they compensate with smiles and spirit in the game, and really motivated players. What do you see? All right, so 3-0. Sorry about the wrong score earlier. Get out of the way! Someone from our team is actually spying on us with her camera.
To pull out the back again, so that'll be bricked. Is this a horizontal stack we're seeing here? We've opted for it.
Wow, 1 handler, 4 in the stack. This is something new I've never seen before. Somehow, I think Tromsø is comfortable with this, getting on already at the half line.
High stall count here. Unlucky, that's a turnover in the middle of the field.
It was an ambitious, flat, really sharp backhand or forehand break, but was a little bit too narrow to the defender.
So Trondheim opting for this sort of 2 in at the end zone. Lots of undercut. That's a big throw. That's a lovely cut at the back of the end zone. That's number 4 again, I think. So 4-0 as well.
Right.
All the 4s.
I think last throw was something really, what you see on the replay now, this is something specific and special to the indoor players or indoor tournaments. You just get the disc somewhere in the middle, close to the zone, fake it up on the open side and hit a sharp knife on the break side. Seems to be some problem with the disc. So Jordan, do you actually know that the guy in Tromsø, also from India, in the middle, he and I, we go a long way.
Yeah.
We grew up together in India, from the same hometown. We went to school together.
And now you've reunited as well.
Yeah, and I really pushed him to start frisbee. Looks like it's working pretty all right for him, huh? Marit comes all the way to get it on the sideline.
Got 1 in, that's gone up. That's a big hug throw. Unfortunately dropped.
Great idea, but a little bit unfortunate execution there. The idea was really good. It was great throw, high release, or maybe high flying.
Just
look at Trondheim. Always gets it, sets it up.
Trondheim had just scored there, well read by the receiver in the end zone. She scored again.
Trondheim is cruising here with 5-0 just after 7 minutes. Tromsø needs to really get themselves together and start being a little bit patient when they have the disc. I think there is a lot of flow in their game. They understand each other, just a little bit of hectic releases just after 2 seconds, which they could avoid.
Another brick, by the looks of things, straight up the back.
Okay, now they do a two-handler, 3 horizontal. What you usually see here is the middle one comes short.
That's a lovely break throw. Number 16.
Marit could have actually dumped it because Teja was really right behind him, calling actively for the disc.
So this looks very close. It's he's leaping out of bounds, but it's whether or not he got that back foot down in time. Call on the field is it's a turnover by the looks of it. Let's see on the replay here.
Yeah, I think he just jumped over.
Yeah, very, very close though.
Yeah. And this is an important part of the ultimate frisbee rules, that you have a really respectful
That's another
patient communication with each other to discuss it out.
Gone big for the end zone.
Oh. I think Mohammed actually had a touch on that, and then it is actually a great defense.
It's a good matchup, the pair of them. Trondheim going early as well. There's a nice undercut again from the Egyptian.
You see this happening with Trondheim time and again, that somebody gets to cut, and if it's not completed, someone else comes and fills in the space.
Nice swing reset. There's a little IO. There he is again, the Egyptian number 8.
So Jordan, would you explain what IO is for our viewers here?
Yeah, so an IO is where you sort of throw a backhand, but you sort of turn it inside out, and it means you're sort of throwing from the sort of right-hand side of the pitch coming into the left. It's a really effective way of breaking your opponent while maintaining that curvature into the end zone. We've seen a couple of these throws from the Trondheim players already. It's been very effective for them. They're 6-0 up now. 10 minutes played.
Really slow pull from Craig to Terje.
He's gone big early.
And Terje looks it up.
Watch those feet.
Marit was there, almost got it. Just on a different day, it would have been a great catch and a great point. But
positioning from number 17, number 6 there was really, really good.
Right.
Went for the one-handed grab and just missed out. Trondheim going early again.
This classic textbook uplined plays, always on the open side, which should have been blocked from Tromsø if they were on the right side of the defender, on the correct side of the defender.
Number 3 again, making headway from her defender. Very, very comfortable in the end zone there. She's had multiple scores this game, possibly even, that could be her 3rd, maybe 4th.
Almost hit the roof. Almost did, but it didn't. And so they are starting from where it landed.
Again.
Marit is going deep and gets a disc. So first point and account is open for Tromsø. Actually, Marit was playing until last year. She was playing for Trondheim, which is in the yellow. She was playing for a long time with Trondheim. And now she's moved to Tromsø very recently, and now she really wants to support the young new team with her experience from Trondheim.
She did very well there, catching under pressure. She had 2 defenders, maybe one of them not looking at the disc, but still focused on the disc. And this time got the catch. That is an interesting pull there.
Okay, looking for break and a knife over the head. Oh, one-handed. You know, that's what sometimes it happens, that you're so looking for the next step after you cast that you somehow forget the disc. Unfortunate there, and a great break from Magnus.
Oh.
Terje gets the disc and looking for the second point already.
Good patience there from 42, not opting for the first throw, and there it is.
And gets the next disc. Oh, Tromsø is actually coming back. Already 2 points in a row.
Could we see an ultimate comeback here? Plenty of time left.
This would get their spirits up.
Very nice backhand there, straight to the middle of the end zone. Calmly taken in.
You can see Magnus and Terje are really sharing their experiences as well. Terje has been playing for a long time in Norway, and there's almost nobody who doesn't know Terje in this community in Norway.
There we go, we've lost the disc in the other pitch. Should we say they were aiming for that? Good shot?
That wouldn't be actually a well-spirited thing, but I don't really think they would
completely accidental, I think.
You see inside out again, what Jordan was earlier explaining.
Number 4 with an undercut. It looks like we've got some form of wall here on defense.
That is correct.
2 chasers, 3 in the wall, 2 Trondheim players in each corner currently.
There needs to be some more movement from the handling line, which is what is happening now.
Oh, it's a great
almost
bid.
had
That's
it.
very unfortunate. Great effort there from 42.
He went for the bid. Tay is actually never scared of throwing himself to go for the disc.
No, we saw him make a couple of blocks towards the start of the game, so we know he's got that in his locker. It's very, very close that time, though.
And there's a cheeky smile from the guy who got the disc because he was waiting for it forever. Magnus gets it in the zone, a little bit deep behind, looking for the knife and gets it up.
Oh, it's gone big.
He thought for a second to swing it, which would have been the better idea, but then still decided to go for the deep point.
Just the execution there on the throw just let them down. It's a good cut by number 19.
But even otherwise, Trondheim knows Marit so well that she's always running for the deep zone cut, and there are always invariably 2 people on her. Now she's on defense.
Lots of undercuts again. Here's the Egyptian, the hammer.
Oh, one-handed catch. I think he almost stopped at it, not expecting and wanted to cut on the other side, but still came across. You see he's slowing down a little bit and then still decides to go on, and that's a great catch on replay. Catches the disc, puts it down, and goes on with his camera to make photos. That's what Steiner does time and again. Tromsø now on offense.
It's a give and go right there. He's got it. No one in the end zone yet. He's getting stuck.
Looks for Marit, and she's there. Everyone running on the close side.
Count has gone up.
Oh,
just too high.
Too ambitious for Magnus there. Marit was actually almost stalled out.
Going big early, number 10's in the end zone. That's a great cut.
Oh, I think it took him a little bit of a time to stabilize there.
So the question here is, he's obviously caught the disc. It's just whether he had full control before walking over the back of the end zone line there. They're just having a discussion on the pitch now. From that replay, it's very tight. You can see that he caught that just possibly in the nick of time, but let's have a look here at this angle. So disc comes in, we can see there's a fumble. To me, that looks like he's caught it and he's towed the line just in time, but
okay, so they had a really good discussion about it and decided it was indeed a turn. This is something you never see in other sports. If the player on the field is not sure, they could still ask the sideline for opinions. And that's a great catch from Magnus. Landed safely on the field.
it's a nice undercut there from number 6. That's an up throw. Here we go, number 6. Well read.
That's a great point. It's a sharp knife from the lefty there. I almost thought for a second it was a little bit hectic decision, but it just flew into Marit, who was waiting for it.
Again, great awareness there to just read that disc.
It was well spotted actually from the handler there. I'm not sure the 2 defenders, were they actually trying to avoid contact and give some space, or did they read it only at the last second that they couldn't get closer to the offense player? pretty free, gets in the middle, puts it for the power position. Knife there to Ivan. Slowly moves up as a team together.
Handlers working it up the pitch together here, lots of undercuts. There he is again, number 8.
Very good patience from Trondheim to swing it across all the time when they're doing wall defense close to the zone. Ivan gets in the middle, wins some space, gives it back to Wilde. This is something that most of the teams forget. When you're caught on the line with the disc and they're doing a zone, it's better to always swing it back to the middle. And on the other side, it's Mohammed who makes the point.
Patience paid off there. I think the defender overcommitted there. And that just opened up the gap for the throw there. We'll see on the replay here. It's a lovely leading pass through the middle of the 2 defenders, both of which sort of got caught out by that throw, which meant simple throw to the end zone.
It was almost defended by Terje there. The slow push pass, kind of a high release that was floating forever in the air. Could have gone on the other way. Yeah. It's I think 10-3 the score. Which is what the board here shows, but on the screen you see it's 9-3.
It's another up there. It's a big throw. Oh, almost macked onto the next defender there.
That's the second time that's happening in this game that the disc goes over everyone. Give and goes.
Oh, that is lovely, lovely. That's very unfortunate there for number 4. As we said earlier, Trondheim opting for the very fast offense there. You know, they get the turn and they instantly go for it. That was a 2-pass play. Very unfortunate drop in the end zone.
The score is 10-3.
That's a huge hammer there going to the back of the end zone. Just too much on it, unfortunately, there. That's Magnus again, making a great cut. Just execution letting them down.
Okay, the score is just getting corrected right now. It's a lot of space for Ivan and easy cut there from Mohammed. You see how he's pulling the player towards one direction and changing behind his back, changing the direction and going on the other side, which Ivan was obviously expecting. The defender was caught off guard, an unfortunate body position that he was moving backwards and couldn't change the direction immediately as Mohammed did. So Jordan and I, we have to unfortunately sign off because our game is starting in 2 minutes. We hope you enjoy the rest of the game, which is about 3 more minutes. And there seems to be an unfortunate injury there.
That was very, looked painful. Did a great effort there of catching the disc. He's unfortunately just hit his head off the wall. We'll have a stoppage here for injury, obviously.
Is calling for switch off player.
I think this is a good time for us to sign off. He looks to be okay. That's great.
On this note, enjoy and we'll catch you later.
See you later, guys.